I've got 30 minutes to get dinner on the table, and that timer starts now. Today is all about Southern food. And can you believe that I'm actually going to make that soul food in 30 minutes or less and for about $40? It sounds impossible, but it's not. I'm going to make it possible. Now, when you're thinking Southern food, you're thinking soul food. Things that taste so good, like they've been cooking for days, like your grandma made this for you. It's basically, actually someone told me, a hug in a dish. And that's exactly what it is. Southern food is feel good. And this is what all of these dishes are about. So I've got sweet potatoes that I'm peeling up here to make a nice roasted sweet potato in the oven. But it doesn't end there. Here's the fun part. It's gonna get a ton of flavor with like toppings, crunchy, fresh ones. I mean, I can't even explain how good this is gonna be. But with this, I'm also gonna be making a beautiful white fish that's gonna be crusted in a cornmeal and spiced topping. I'm salivating just talking about this. It's so good. And you know, this is probably the hardest part of the meal, is getting these sweet potatoes peeled up and ready to go. Now, I will tell you about my delicious dessert because guess what? It's gonna really outshine a lot of these dishes in my opinion. Banana pudding in 30 minutes. I know, it's incredible. I've got so many tips and tricks up my sleeve. Now, sweet potatoes are one of those things you can find at the grocery store. It's so inexpensive of an ingredient, but let me give you a little fun fact about it. It's actually the most nutrient-dense vegetable that is on the market, which means when you're making this for your family, you're giving them the best that you possibly can. How exciting is that? I mean, that alone is enough of a motivation to make this for the people that you love. And this meal, by the way, is going to serve about 4 people. You know, sometimes you may say in my family, maybe 2 hungry Italians. I'm kidding. This is gonna feed a crowd and 4 good portions are gonna come out of it. So when I'm at the grocery store, these are kind of the staples that I'm picking up and kind of buying as soon as I can. So in my pantry and kind of sitting under my sink, I've always got sweet potatoes and potatoes on hand so that I can really get a recipe like this out in no time. So I do want to get a parchment lined baking sheet together really quick because this is going to have to sit in the oven. Probably the thing that's going to take the longest because I'm going to have to roast these babies. Now this looks about right. It says 2 sweet potatoes, but I will say if you feel like you're getting what you need out of 1 or 1.5, then just go for it. Now the shallots, I do want to show you how I'm cutting them. It's a super interesting way. And I'm going to keep them in pieces. So kind of like a chunky one. So what I'll do here is just cut them in half and then peel off and then just cut them in half. So they're actually chunks. I know you were thinking I was going to slice these, but I'm not. I'm keeping these nice and big so that by the time the sweet potato cooks down, well, guess what? The onion is also going to have time to do that. Okay, beautiful. They're looking gorgeous. Now, I wanted to show you the the onion, but I do have another potato to cut. Again, it takes a little time. But you know what? This is a good time to talk about how I always have these amazing staples ready to go and in my pantry. When I'm at the grocery store, when I find things on sale, this is the time to buy them, okay? Don't hesitate. This way, when you've got like this beautiful set of recipes ready to go, you can just get out these ingredients and make them. So, super simple, something, you know, we all have. Again, a staple, olive oil. And when I'm talking olive oil, I mean one that's not necessarily extra virgin and super expensive. It's one that I can actually cook with. So, this is gonna pop into the oven, a nice warm oven, about 370 degrees. Amazing. And then, I'm just gonna make sure I clean this up a little bit to start off for the crust of that delicious filet of sole. Now, I've got some cornmeal right over here, and you can buy this in a fine version. You can also buy it in a little bit of a thicker, more coarse grain, depending on the crunch that you're looking for. Mine is a fine one, so it's not gonna add too much crunch, not large bits that you're gonna bite down on. So, about 1.5 cups goes in here. Now, when I'm talking soul food, let me tell you, it's gonna require some butter, right? I'm gonna get in about a stick of butter in just some little nubs right here. And again, this is what's gonna kind of crust up that white fish. Because white fish is kind of, I would say, a little bit more open to interpretation, open to flavor. So to this, some earthy cumin, some paprika for color, but also for that little bit of smoky flavor, that slight smoky flavor. And my tip, my onion and garlic powder that kind of goes together all at the same time. Now, I'm thinking that this is a perfect place to take a break because I do want to grab my fish, which, come with me, I'll quickly show you. Boom! I was just at my grocery store and filet of sole, or any white fish that you can find on sale, was kind of really available, and here. Perfect place to take a quick break. I'm gonna get this on a parchment lined baking sheet and pulse this up. Come on back, I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Welcome back. I am making a 30-minute meal for about $40 in under 30 minutes. Okay, I know. And today is all about Southern flair, which is soul food at its best. It's those dishes that come like a big hug right to you. Now, before the break, I made one of the most delicious cornmeal crusts to go right over top my white fish. Now, this is the white fish I found on sale at the grocery store this week, which is filet of sole. But if you can find tilapia, or if you can go, a piece of cod or halibut, anything will work really well. I feel like I said, white fish really lends itself super well to flavor. And this is what this crust is all about. So remember, cornmeal, paprika, cumin, onion, garlic powder. It's packed with flavor. Now, what I do is I just kind of rub this over top. And the butter in this is actually what helps it hold together. So I do want to do this quickly because I want to get this into the oven pretty soon. So give it a quick little spread. And if it's not perfect, it really doesn't matter because guess what? In the oven, because there's butter, it's going to melt and it's going to kind of give itself somewhere to go. It's going to find its place on the fish, okay? Not to worry. This is super sticky. Okay, amazing. And then one little more. It needs some love. Needs some of this cornmeal love. Perfect. Try to cover every piece of it though. And I do have some extra, so why not? This will flatten though as it cooks. It'll be lovely. So follow me. This is gonna pop into the oven. The same oven, by the way, that my sweet potatoes are in with those beautiful shallots that we kept in nice large chunks. Now to go under this, what I do want to do is get the Swiss chard ready because I need a base for that fish. So I've got a pan that's nice and warm right over here. I've got some Swiss chard, which is a beautiful green, again, that is super inexpensive and affordable. And that's what this is all about. Now, say that kale was on sale this week at your grocery store. That's where you're going to pick up. Remember, these are recipes, but they're also techniques. I like that sound. That's exactly what I'm looking for. These are techniques, okay? It's not about getting the recipe to the T. So if you don't have an ingredient, it's gonna be totally fine, I promise you. Now when I get home from the grocery store, I usually like to take the garlic out of their little jackets, out of their skins. This way, when I need to use them, I'm just using this grater right over here to get that in there. I mean, the cutting board is not gonna smell of garlic, and guess what? It's less of a cleanup for you. It's amazing. Now those onions immediately get color. I pop in that garlic as well, and it's fragrant and super delicious. I will add just a little bit of olive oil so that the garlic doesn't burn, and I want to lower that a bit. Now, Swiss chard. It's one of those greens that you can use pretty much everything of. I just like to stack my leaves together and thinly slice these, okay? You don't need to go crazy. You can even tear these with your hands. They're very, very easy to do. The stems are a little tougher. They do need a little bit more time in the pan. So what I'm gonna do this week is kind of keep these for a stew or a stir fry that I'm making, because I've only got 30 minutes with this recipe and we're already, almost there. So I don't want to put something in the pan that requires too much time to cook. So these go in and give them a little stir. Now because I want these to steam just a little bit, I do want to add some water. I don't want them to, fry up and then, stay there. I want to give them like a little sauce and somewhere to go. Gorgeous. Amazing. Perfect. Now this is where I would crank up the heat just a little bit. Sprinkle a little salt because I do want flavor. This is soul food, right? I do want to get started on those banana puddings. And here's what I want to do. I'm just going to get the cream, which is 35% cooking cream, and get it right into here. Now this is just a mixer, and it's gonna do its thing. This is, when I'm making a 30-minute meal, I do need all the help I can get. So let's get this on nice and high. In the meantime, what goes into a banana pudding? Well, some bananas, of course, and I've got some that are a little more green, but I do, of course, want some that are a little bit more, I would say, ready to eat and super delicious. I've got some vanilla cookies here. I know what you're thinking, what is she doing with the pudding? Okay, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna roadmap this for you. So this I'm gonna keep for later on in the week. Pop this into my fridge. Do not discard these, okay? I'm gonna rinse them off and keep them for another time. This I just want to let go of, make some room. Now, the roadmap for this is that they're going to be assembled into these cute little jars. How gorgeous is this? The idea is I'm making the whipped cream, a little bit of vanilla pudding, some store-bought. Remember I always say buy some, make some, and we're gonna layer them in with some beautiful bananas and I'm gonna slice up. I mean, how perfect are these? Ready to go. And some store-bought vanilla cookies. Because who doesn't want a banana pudding? I certainly do. Okay, so this is ready to go. In a bowl, I'm gonna start opening up those delicious vanilla puddings. Is this bringing you back to your childhood? It sure brings me back. This was like the perfect little snack that we used to have. But this, folded in with that vanilla cream, is going to bring us to a whole other level. Okay, my vanilla cream is almost ready. That is kind of cooking up. I'm going to take a quick break, but come back. I want to assemble these banana puddings. 30-minute meal for about $40, and today is all about a Southern flair. And what says Southern food like banana pudding? Now, I, over the break, chopped these up. And I will say, these are super ripe bananas ready to go. So if it does have like a little brown mark like this, guess what? Do not worry about it. First of all, it's the perfect snack for you. And second of all, it just means that your bananas are ready to go. So, before the break, I did mix up some whipped cream. Just whipped it up. And I do want to add just a touch of icing sugar to this. And this Swiss chard, by the way, that's kind of sizzling away in some water with a little garlic and onion. So good. So I just want a little bit of icing sugar, not very much. Perfect. Just to sweeten this a tad. Okay, perfect. Come with me, sweet whipped cream. Now I will add this to my vanilla pudding. I know, exciting. I just want to fold it in. So again, some store-bought, some homemade. Like whipped cream is something I would rarely buy already made because, you know, it just doesn't taste fresh. But something like a pudding that already has all the vanilla and that vanilla goodness, well, that is another story. And look at this as I fold in these two ingredients. The color becomes the perfect banana pudding. I want to say vanilla pudding and I want to say banana pudding. It's kind of a mix between the two. Now, this, okay, just give me a second. I have to. Holy moly, this is good. I know. Now, a nice little dollop goes right at the bottom of each of these. And then you want to just give it like a little bed because the cookies do have to kind of, I would say, not get mushy, but kind of give a little texture. But I don't want too much of a crunchy texture. So I like to put the vanilla wafer or vanilla cookie, whatever you're using, right at the bottom. So it kind of gives you the cookie that's almost dipped in milk. That kind of a texture. I know. It's amazing. So, a couple of layers of these. Of course, some bananas are going to go into here. And you know what's fun about this is you can have the kids assembling their own, or you can have them doing it for you while you're doing other things, right? So, some beautiful banana. And then, of course, topped again with this beautiful mixture of whipped cream and vanilla pudding. Nobody will know that this is store-bought pudding with homemade vanilla whipped cream. I mean, here's what I say. If you're making most of it, then you just call it your own. You claim that one, okay? And don't you be shy about it. Okay, so I'm just gonna flatten the top. Please be sure to use every little bit, and if some hits your counter, well, guess what? It's gonna be your perfect little taste tester. So I like to give this like a little turn right here, and I want to top it with the perfect little wafer. Now, how gorgeous is this? These are going to be popped into the fridge. They're going to kind of slump down that cookie like I told you I want, and it's going to wait for us for a little later. While I'm here, I do want to grab my cream, which is going to be the finisher for this Swiss chard. Perfect. Did you hear that? How it kind of calmed down when the cream hit the pan? It's so beautiful. I know, I love food. Especially Southern food. It's soul food at its best. So because I don't want this too creamy, I will crank up the heat a little bit. In the meantime, I do want to get my sweet potatoes out of the oven because these are gorgeous! They have color. They're so pretty. And those onions, they also got charred up and they're perfect. Now, of course, I do want to make some space for all of this. I want to get to a vinaigrette and some toppings, which are going to finalize this dish. You ready for this? Follow me. A little maple syrup. The bottom of a Dijon mustard jar. I know. I'm going to grab some walnuts, my raisins over here. I only have so many hands, so bear with me. These are perfect. I'm going to assemble this together. I do need some balsamic vinegar, which is going to be lovely in here. And of course, some garlic, which is the perfect pairing. So here's my tip. The bottom of a Dijon jar always happens to me. Same thing with like a jam jar. You think you don't have much in here, but guess what? You've got a ton. Enough to make that emulsifier to make the dressing come together. So to this, I'm going to add a little olive oil. Yeah, enough to give it somewhere to go. A little bit of maple syrup. I know, we're almost there. Some balsamic vinegar, and you know what? You're gonna take a quick break. When you come back, you're gonna see what else goes in here. Yeah, it's gonna be a surprise. welcome back. It is a 30-minute meal for $40 or less. And guess what, guys? It is about Southern food. And I know what you're thinking. It takes a really long time to make that. But I have a surprise for you. It's only going to be done in 30 minutes. I know. So before the break, I was getting together that beautiful vinaigrette at the bottom of my Dijon mustard jar. It's really exciting because it's a great use up of just some things that you would have normally thrown into the garbage. I've got maple syrup, balsamic vinegar, some olive oil, salt, and pepper. Super simple. Oh, yes, garlic. Garlic, where are you? Here we go. Now, this one here I'm just going to chop and drop. There you go. Perfect. And this is going to kind of season that up just as I shake it. Okay. Now look at this. It all comes apart. It uses every little last bit of Dijon mustard. This is cooled down, by the way, enough for me to handle. So I want to get a bowl right over here. And I do want to just toss these together because the sweet potatoes and onions, or shallots I should say, are perfect on their own, but they're going to get even better with all of these amazing toppings. I do hear my Swiss chard that's kind of talking to me and saying, Vanessa, we're ready. So on goes that beautiful vinaigrette. And I will add a beautiful sprinkle of parsley, some walnuts, which again are so fresh. I'm just going to use my hands to kind of crush them. I like the chunky pieces. And I know this is going to surprise you, but some beautiful plump raisins. These are dried raisins, but they still have a ton of flavor. Now, get this. I mean, come on! How gorgeous is this? This is what I mean about Southern food. It's, unexpected bites of flavor that you are just shocked by. So this is going to be the tangy, the salty, the sweet raisin, the crunchy walnut, I should say. Guys, I'm like, I can't even keep it together. It's just that good. So this beautiful Swiss chard is something that I want to kind of make a bed for that lovely fish, the cornmeal fish that's crusted with butter and fresh herbs and spices. Actually, not fresh herbs, dried spices, I should say. Things that I have in my regular pantry ready to go. It's the perfect bed. Now, this Swiss chard was made with some beautiful garlic and onion, cream. It's simple food, just everyday food, but really elevated. It's made excellent. Now, that fish. What can I say? It really is a showstopper. Oh, I don't need an oven. We are done. We are in the plating. Okay, this is going to lie right over top. Lovely. Just beautiful. Okay, a little piece broke, but I'm gonna fix it. Watch this. See, can't even tell. Now, the fish is a white fish base, and it's something that is extremely tender, and it becomes really juicy, but stays flaky in the oven. That cornmeal is that perfect crust that goes right over top, and again, all those spices are really gonna give that oomph to a white fish. Again, super affordable in the grocery store, and something that you can find, it's so accessible. This is what the meal is all about. In fact, I do want to sprinkle just a little bit of green right over top because I think it's gonna look gorgeous. I mean, why not? We can. Okay. Now for the showstopper, the banana pudding. Banana pudding is one of those desserts that it hits your mouth and you're kind of like, how could it be that this creamy goodness is possible? It's vanilla-y. It's not a word, but it's my word. It is filled with like crunchy vanilla, and at the same time, it has that soft and sweet banana. So I do want to make a little space for this with my gorgeous banana puddings. I mean, look at this. And this is what it's all about. So this is the way I'm preparing it on my countertop here. But what you can do is take this exact presentation and bring it to your table. Everyday food made excellent. And that's what's so exciting about this. I love to make things that people kind of are shocked that I was able to accomplish in 30 minutes. It's pretty cool, right? Okay, so these go in there. I want to, okay, the spoons are gonna go for here. I wanna make sure that everyone has the right tool for what they're doing. And then here I've got my potatoes, lovely. I will garnish with probably a little bit more parsley right over top. Gorgeous. And because I can, I've always got that olive oil ready to go. Just a quick little sprinkle. I know, it's elevated, it's excellent. It's everyday food made excellent. Guys, all of this. Now here's the exciting part, because I've even got a couple seconds to just explain to you that my timer shows 27 minutes and 54 seconds. That's right, a meal for four, under 30 minutes for about $40. And here's the thing, it's not gonna be skimping on flavor, that's for sure, especially from something like this salad. Okay, I'm going in for a bite. The sweet potato, the caramelized shallot, that little pop from the raisin, and the crunchy walnut. It's like a party in your mouth. It's Southern soul food at its best. Guys, I did this in 30 minutes for under 40 bucks, and so could you. Enjoy. So good. Oh.